a thing that frustrates me the most is that people will think that there's some person out there that will rescue them. That the government, this big organization of thousands of people, thousands, is going to walk into your life and save you one day. And I understand the feeling, right? You work hard and you did everything right. You listen to them, you give them a lot of money. So you hope, because you believe in fairness and honesty and truth, that they will, have their best interest for you. But they don't. They don't. They I would just consider they humans, and humans have this internal battle with corruption and sin. And this corruption and sin prioritizes profit. So if you have these types of people who don't follow a moral code or a strict belief like a religion, they will put profit first. And if they want to put profit first, they're going to advertise, promote, and tell you things that make them a profit. So when they tell you that they care about your health, they only care about your health to the degree of them making money. If they don't make money by helping you, they're not going to help you. They're not going to help you, right? And you know that, right? Big Pharma, they want to sell pills, and the food industry wants to sell foods, and the magazines want to sell magazines. So they're not going to solve your issues kind-heartedly. They're not. They're going to try and solve your issues while making money. And I believe in less is more. And the world is driven by more is more. So if you are sick, they're going to give you more pills, more solutions, more facts, more potions, more ideas, more food, more. Right? They're going to tell you things like don't eat meat, eat Cheerios. Have you seen the profit margins on Cheerios? They're going to tell you eat vegetables. Have you guys seen the profit margins on vegetables or just agriculture in general? It makes a lot more money selling seed oils than it does selling beef, right? So it's better to just tell everybody beef makes you sick, eat vegetables and Cheerios. So, and if there's a big, let's say, disease going around and everyone has it, and there's free solutions to avoid the problem, they'd rather say they have a magical potion and everyone should take it, and they're going to provide it with their providers. No one else can provide it. They must provide it. And they're going to fund it, and they're going to pay for it, and they're going to make the money, but all because they want to save you. They just want to save you. It's all in their best interest. But when you find a solution that might work better, or someone else found a solution, but it doesn't make too much money, they don't like that. They don't like that. And I just need people to understand that no one is coming to save you. And the government, which you could also call a certain type of cult, probably the biggest cult in the world, if you speak up against them or you don't follow what they want you to follow, you're going to see the repercussions, right? Any sort of freedom fighter always gets hit on the head. Or they get called crazy, and then all of a sudden 150 years later, they're like, oh, they were actually onto something. How did we not see that? Well, it's because they mute the truth. The truth whispers, and lies, they're loud, right? So if you want people to believe a lie, you just got to scream it 1,000,000 times from every corner of the world. On every mountaintop, every television, every phone, every newspaper. So if you own those things, if you own the television, if you own the newspaper companies, if you own people of influence, even just own the people who speak on these platforms, you can make other people believe anything. Because people are I think, somewhat trustworthy of others. You know, we have good hearts and we want to believe, and maybe you are honest and truthful and you would never harm a soul. There's other people out here who want to harm a soul. Maybe not even intentionally, but they're going to do it if they chase profit, right? Satan, sin, things like that. So it is quite complicated, and you need to understand no one's coming to save you. No one truly cares about your health, besides maybe your mother or your sister or your wife. But this person on the computer, who might not even be a real person nowadays and might just be an AI generation, fed some sort of script from a person who owns a big company, and he has a message for you. Yeah, it might not be in your best interest. So the end goal is self-education until you die. Trial and error of your own kind, because if you try and fail, it's on you. If someone else tells you to do something and you fail, well, you kind of want to blame them, then they're at fault, but then you're playing the blaming game, but actually you're to blame because you were too lazy, ignorant, dumb, unaware to try it yourself, so you just do it, and then you just have someone else to blame. Scapegoat, right? I don't want to be at fault. They told me I have to do it. So trial and error, self-education, and just preparing, man. Building the ark. Building the ark. What does that mean? It means the flood is coming. The flood is your own suffering or corruption. And it's coming. And it's going to hit you hard. So every day, the goal shouldn't be, I want a Lamborghini, I want $1 million, I want this, I want that. It's trying to build the ark, right? And building the ark is, in one way, gaining attention and forming a unique and useful skill that you can sell to the attention that you have gathered, right? Because if you have a job and you sell that job to a boss, now you have one customer, your boss. Your boss is your customer, and he is buying your one service. But what you have to do then is you have to suck up to this customer. You have to listen to this customer. This customer makes you his bitch. You don't want to be late. You can't do anything. You only have one customer. One piece of attention that's looking at you. And if you screw this up, your entire life, your mortgage, your house, your credit, your children's bills, your children's college, your Range Rover, your anything depends on this one customer. And if you have to be this customer's bitch your entire life, you're going to resent this person, you're going to resent your life, you're going to resent waking up every morning. So college really isn't the scam, right? You're trying to gather skills. It doesn't matter where you get the skills, but it needs to be good, valuable, non-replaceable, right? Everything might be replaceable, sure, but try to find something that's hard to replace, right? When you're a musician, an entrepreneur, or a person of influence, they can sell anything. Anything. That's why these TikTok stars who are 14 years old, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, whatever, they gather attention with their dances where you laugh at them. But what they're doing is they're gathering attention with a sort of entertainment, and then they're 20 or 30 and they sell an energy drink, or they sell clothing, or they start singing, or they start some sort of company, and now they have all these fans. They aim them at that direction. Now they have a lot of customers, right? And then they can just pump out products, which then builds their arc of independence, builds their arc of multiple customers, and they can set up their life in a way that if corruption happens, such as your government is so evil that it takes all your money, takes all your sources of defense, right? Like weapons, you know, that you can protect yourself against tyranny, or they want to send you to war to kill other humans for land mass, then you have the choice to leave, right? Because rich people always leave. Rich people don't really die in war, right? Plane ticket, boat, out. Switzerland, gone. You know, South America, gone. While you, the hardworking dude who just wants to live his life, is killing other men who just want to live their life in a bunker, in in the mud. And those are the people you think care about you. Right? They don't. They really don't care about you. And they're going to tell you a bunch of lies. They're going to try and make you angry at the enemy. They're going to make you want to go out there and fight or save some ideology, right? It can be anything. Save the... I don't even want to get into that topic, but they're going to make you do things where they profit. And it starts with propaganda. It starts with ideology. It starts with lies. It starts with their education that they force on you and your children. So, no one's coming to save you. Be observant. Trial and error. Build your arc. Gain attention and find a unique skill. And then become independent. Ready to flee. To be honest, it's a big life goal. It's a good life goal, though. What else are you going to aim your life at? Figuring out who's all on the hockey team? My life goal is to get a Lambo? Sure. When you have a Lambo, you have money to escape too. Sure. But sometimes the Lambo isn't enough motivation. You lay there in bed, and you're like, I'll get the Lambo tomorrow. But if you lay there and you're like, fuck, corruption, suffering, pain, my one customer might leave me. Little bit better motivation, I'd say. Doing it for someone else, right? Doing it for your family, doing it for your future children or your current children. It's not easy. Definitely not easy. But it's a goal. And I think it's a good goal. And as a man, I don't think there's a better goal. Because one day, it's just going to hit you. It's just going to hit you one day. Really freaking hard. It's going to suck. And then you can say, well, fuck. Or you're just going to blame them. You're going to blame everyone else except you. The blame game. The victim game. And that's a dangerous game. You can live your life like that, but it's just a game we play called life. So prepare. Become aware. Give your best. And know that they don't give a single fuck about you.